Hi everyone. We just saw this digital 2019 Philippines report from We Are Social reflecting data and trends you need to understand internet, social media, mobile, and e-commerce behaviors in 2019. We're quite excited with this report from We Are Social and Hootsuite because, of course, we love data and we believe data like this can help social media marketers, e-commerce professionals and e-commerce entrepreneurs and MSMEs and companies reaching out to their target markets in the Philippines through the use of the internet and social media and e-commerce will benefit from this. So what are the important highlights from this report that we can learn from insofar as the Philippines is concerned? When you download the report, of course, there's the typical global report reflecting what's happening around the world insofar as adoption of internet, social media, popularity of social platforms, including messenger applications around the world. However, for this video presentation, let's focus on the Philippines. So the Philippines is currently pegged to have 76 million internet users and 72 million mobile social media users. And this is there's growth experience here with an increase of 13% of internet users, an increase also of 13% for social media users, and an increase of 16% for mobile social media users. And when you look at um, the median age for the country, currently at 25, we're now seeing a big chunk of the population really getting online and of course embracing the internet and all that it has to offer. For device usage, 89% is considered to be on mobile, 65% are users of smartphone, 38% with their own laptop or desktop computers, while 29% are owners of tablet device. There's also 5% who owns a wearable tech device, 4% with e-reader device, and 8% device for streaming internet content to television. So the average time spent with media, so consuming and interacting with media, what is recorded here is 10 hours and 2 minutes for the average daily time spent using the internet via any device. While the average daily time spent using social media via any device is at 4 hours and 12 minutes. And in comparison to daily TV viewing, uh, we spend more time on social media than doing TV viewing. And the average daily time spent listening to streaming music is currently at 2 hours and 6 minutes. Now, when you focus on the internet use, um, so 71% of the Philippine population is currently active internet users. Total number of active mobile internet users is at 71.44 million. Mobile internet users as a percentage of total population is at 67%. Of course, when you compare to other sources of statistical information, some of their figures are lower in comparison to the figures reported by We Are Social. So frequency of internet use at the moment, 58% access the internet for personal reasons on any device every day, while 28% access it at least once per week, and there's still 8% who at least access the internet once per month, and those less than once per month at 6%. And the average speed of mobile internet connection now is at 1505 Mbps, and this is considered an improvement of 12%, while the average speed of fixed internet connection, usually at home, is already at 19 Mbps, and an improvement of 25%. Now, there are reports also included here as to the top websites as reported by SimilarWeb and Alexa. So when you look at the local websites, it seems Lazada is leading the way. And the same can also be said on Alexa with ABS-CBN, Inquire.net, GMA Network, Lazada, Rappler, Shopee are in the list, no? And it's good to see also Netflix And of course, among kids, I think Roblox is also a popular website. And the top Google search queries, I guess instead of users typing the URLs of the websites that they're visiting, they're just typing the keywords to be able to go to the website that they want to visit. For content streaming activity, 99% watch videos online. And we also have 23% who watch esport tournaments. And there are also 32% who play games streamed live via the internet. And there are those who stream TV content via the internet at 56%. Now, when it comes to use of internet technologies, 37% are now using it for voice search or voice commands. It's interesting to note that 40% are also using ride-hailing services. And when it comes to popularity of ad blocking tools, meaning applications that block the access of ads, it's currently at 50%. No? Now, when you look at the social media usage, 70, as mentioned earlier, there are 76 million active social media users in the Philippines and 72 million accessed via the mobile device. No? And 100% visited or used a social network or messaging service in the past month. And also, you have 90% who were actively engaged or contributed to social media in the past month. Average time spent by Pinoys is at 4 hours and 12 minutes or 10.4 hours. Average number of social media accounts. Oh, sorry, that's 10.4. Average number of social media accounts for internet users, meaning from all the platforms, how many accounts they own. No? And Facebook, YouTube, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Twitter are considered as the top 5 most used application. It's interesting to see Skype also following closely with LinkedIn. And also Viber still has a lot of active users. Snapchat is also improving, no? Now, when you look at the social media advertising audience, in an earlier report, we said the total advertising audience on Facebook is at 75 million, while on Instagram at 11 million, on Twitter at 5.08 million, and Snapchat at 3.7 million. While on LinkedIn, the total advertising audience based on registered members is at 7.4 million. So quarterly growth, it also shows from 2.7% to 10%, with Instagram and LinkedIn having the highest gain. And when you look at the social media profile of internet users, I guess for a lot of website or social media page owners in the Philippines, you would notice that majority of your visitors would usually fall within the 18 to 34 age bracket because that's where the majority of users are. No? And when you look at the Facebook audience, percentage of adults age 13 plus that can be reached on Facebook is at 19%, although there are a lot of users also that are very young but that have also increased their age just to be able to access the social media platform. Okay, so percentage of its ad audience reported as female is at 53%, while 47% are male. Now, when you look at the activity frequency, number of Facebook pages liked for a lifetime, usually, what's this? At least one. Okay, I guess that's what it meant. Number of Facebook pages liked. And posts liked in the past 30 days at around 12. And comments made in the past 30 days is at 7. Facebook posts shared in the past 30 days is at 1, and Facebook adverts clicked in the past 30 days is at 5. So I guess it depends on how you would interpret this number. But that means that if for a lot of users who have seen a lot of ads, that means very few stand out to the point that they click on it. And it doesn't mean that it's an ad, it means that it's a paid ad. Most, who knows, no? Maybe the person might have treated it as a paid ad, even though it's not necessarily a paid ad. No? Facebook page reach benchmarks at the moment. Average monthly change in Facebook likes for a lot of the pages is at 0.13%, while the average post reach versus page like is at 9%. Organic reach versus page like is at 5.7%. Percentage of pages using paid media is currently at 25%. So there's still a lot of people or a lot of page owners who don't advertise, no? Or a lot of pages not being advertised for that matter. Average paid reach versus total reach is at 23%. I think in my case, when I start updating my monthly numbers, my monthly social media audit numbers, it would be interesting how I would fare with the traditional Facebook page reach benchmark indicated here, whether we are improving or not. I think that is something that would be worth looking at. No? Average engagement rate for a Facebook page post at 4.11%. For video is at 6.05%. I think we're doing better on video in my experience. Engagement rate for Facebook page photo post at 4.91%. Engagement rate for Facebook page link posts at 5.42%, while the engagement rate for Facebook page status post is at 2.58%. All right, so let's continue. Instagram audience is at 11 million as reported before. 14% are age 13 and up that can be reached on adverts on Instagram. And you also have 64% of its audience reported as female. For Twitter, 5.08 million that can be reached with adverts on Twitter. Female audience pegged at 63%. And for Snapchat, 3.7 million that can be reached with adverts, and 81% are female. While for LinkedIn, at 7.4 million with 50-50 for both male and female. So when it comes to top YouTube search inquiries for 2018, obviously for personalities, you have Momoland, Boom Boom. So I guess talagang sikat talaga yung mga Korean performers. And then, of course, Baby Shark made a big hit also among kids last year. And then for mobile use, total number of mobile connections at 124.2 million, which is, that means there's a number of Filipinos there who have at least two mobile devices or two numbers actively connected. 86% have mobile connections that are broadband or 3G or 4G, with 96% of the total mobile ownership at prepaid. No? So when you look at the mobile connectivity index, we are at 67.25 at country score, mobile network infrastructure at 63.3, affordability of media and devices at 69.4, and availability of relevant content and services at 60.69%. Mobile activities, percentage of internet users using mobile messengers at 93%. 94% watch videos online. Yes, I guess I'll have to do that because of the traffic. 84% play games. And percentage of internet users using mobile banking already at 54%. Woo! That's good. And 80% uses mobile mapping services. Insofar as e-commerce, which is the data that we're really excited about, 34% have an account with financial institution, 1.9% with credit card. I think I read another report that there's a decline on credit card ownership. I guess you can also contribute this to the growing financial responsibility awareness among Filipinos and realizing that they don't really need a credit card to do online transactions, especially with the popularity of prepaid and avoiding getting into debt. No? Has a mobile money account at 4.5%, makes online purchases or bills online or pay bills online at 9.9% already. Women with credit card at 1.4%, while men 2.5%. Women making online transactions at 12%. Men making online transactions at 8.2%. 90% have searched online for a product or service to buy, and 70% have purchased a product or service online. You know, that's great because in the past we reported it at 50%. So to see 70% now making purchases online, or purchase a product or service online from mobile or from their desktop, I think this is also big news for us. No? 38% made a purchase via their using a laptop or desktop computer, and then you have 57% making a purchase via mobile. So that means if you're an e-commerce site owner, make sure that your website is mobile friendly because a lot of people now are making their purchases via the mobile device. So the spend per category, We're looking at various numbers here on the total amount spent on consumer e-commerce categories. 203 million for fashion and beauty, 234 million for electronics and physical media. I think so you can say the big winner still is the electronics and physical media, but of course the rest you can say that all the categories are really growing in leaps and bounds, no? And the growth by category, toys, DIY, and hobbies, food and personal care are experiencing the biggest growth, including electronics and physical media. Total number of people purchasing consumer goods via e-commerce already at 47.3 million. Okay, so that's a good number compared to 30 million the past year. And penetration of consumer goods in e-commerce based on total population is already at 44%, and value of these goods already at 840. But the average annual revenue per user of consumer goods via e-commerce, or the average revenue per user is at $18. Okay. So it will be good to compare this to last year to see also how the growth is like. No? So, but since they also reported the growth, so I guess you can already have an indication that we are definitely going up, as also shared in an earlier report, right? Top Google shopping queries include shoes, Lazada, Samsung, Nike, iPhone, Oppo. So a lot of this, I guess, are related to gadgets, and you have shoes, no, dresses. That are being searched for by people online. For money, 54% have used mobile banking and own some form of cryptocurrency. There was no actual figure reported here, but 57% have purchased items online using a mobile phone, and 40% have made mobile payments. All right, so thank you very much for tuning into this video, and I hope all the data that we shared here is useful for you. And I'm very excited, and I hope that we can also use this data that we gathered to learn more about the markets and see how we can use it to improve our online strategies and use it as inputs also for our students as they also build their e-commerce and digital marketing programs for their projects. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video.